2 years, you got to get yourself together, and then you move on. So the next person and the Section 8 list won't be held up for 10 damn years. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki Green, for those of you who do not know, and for the ones that know, welcome back. If you have not liked and subscribed already, go ahead and take care of that so you won't get distracted during this video. We would love to have you part of the family. This channel is growing and growing. We are going to continue growing, and we are just going to progress. So with that being said, I'm just another brown girl in America. And today I need to talk about the Black community. Everybody know what's going on with the Black fatigue. If you've not been living under a rock, everybody knows that Black fatigue is a real thing. And I'm not going to per se talk about Black fatigue, because my main goal right now is to focus on getting the Black community, my people, the remnant, the ones who the Most High God loves, because he says, those are mine, those who are called by my name and hear my voice, those are mine. So those people and those that believe that they are those people, I want to speak to you today in the Black community, because my question is to you: is the Democratic Party good for Black people? Have they ever been good for Black people? Should everybody just walk away? Should we start a new party? Should we go independent? And I'm talking about once we get out of the mind warp. Also, what I want to do is talk about the Black community, because everybody knows the Black community loves God and they love church. Maybe I should say they love church. So we're going to do this. But what I want to do, I was running across TikTok, and I did want to address this because this is something that is just very, 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 very passionate to me. And I am a true believer that if my people know who they are in the real yoke of the Spirit, if you know, if you know who you are, like you say you do, how in the world can you still vote for the Democratic Party as a believer in Christ or God, or if you're a Muslim or anything like that? How can you support the Democrat Party? I ran across this TikTok that I want to show you guys of Bishop Wooden is his name. And I want you to take a listen to him talking to his congregation. I don't want to make this video long, so with that being said, we're going to get right to it. We're going to look at a couple other TikToks. We're going to react, and I'll give my sentiments, but we got to get this thing together, y'all. We got to get it together. So with that being said, here we go. In a second.
This is part of the problem I have with some of the so-called civil rights leaders. These guys fly in their personal jets. They live in gated communities. I'm not against that. Praise God, they are rich. They are doing well. And then they'll stand up and tell you, a Black man can't make it in America. If you Black in this country, the whole country working against you because a Black man can't make it. And he's blacker than you are. And rich have gotten rich off of feeding you that kind of garbage. And there you go. You the fool. You sit there and you buy it. That's right. That's right. I'm Black. I can't do anything because I'm Black. I'm Black. But he's Black. He's just as Black as you are. And yet he's doing good. Convincing you that you can't get anywhere and you're dumb enough to buy it. The devil is a liar.
That's the game, y'all. I'm telling you, that is the game. That has been the biggest play for decades. And I heard people talk about all the time how they don't do politics and they not involved. It don't matter anyway. Well, I got one thing for certain and two for sure. politics doing you. They up there doing you. They know you better than you know yourself. These people will get up here with the same face, making millions of dollars, and sit here and tell you that you can't do it. So what are you saying? Are you saying that you better than me? Are you saying that you're superior to me? Because by your logic, now you're saying that you're superior. You hold positions in power, and I'm talking about Black people. So I don't want to hear nothing about what we can't do, what we can't accomplish, because we got plenty of Black people in judge positions, lawyers, doctors, in government, and they are trying to take over this country. And if you think I'm playing, I'm not. Mark my words, okay? But Bishop Wu, they make money off of this stuff. They make money off of it. And it's like I said before, Stockholm syndrome. Like, does the Black community have Stockholm? Like, how are you in love with your oppressor? I don't understand it.
You ought to ask them, well, why you doing so good, Rev? Why are you faring so well? I see you on CNN, MSNBC, all on TV and everywhere. And when they have the big movie stars and when they have their great big parties, I see you with them and they invite you in. And oh, my Lord, you're sitting at the table and all of y'all are having a ball and you're darker than me. You're darker than I am. Now, how is it that you got up to that table with your black self, but you're telling me with my black self that I can't? You're being fed a bill of goods. They're lying to you. If the Lord delight in you, if you do what is right, God will bless you. Praise the Lord. Now somebody's mad. I can imagine what the comments are. Make them. Who cares? See this?
Yeah, so he's absolutely right. If you believe, and I'm right now speaking to specifically to people who love church, because you can love God, you love a party, you worship a skin tone, you do not worship God, you do not have the heart of God. Because if you did, you would know that there is no man above God. There is no white supremacy. I don't believe in white supremacy because I don't believe that nobody is more superior than I am, except the Most High. So I don't understand this thought process or how you got these pastors that will go in these churches and push the same message because they make money. Those are the ones you see propped up. It's been going on since Jesse Jackson. Al Sharpton still doing his thing, still making money. Millionaires. Propagandists all on the news. But see, they don't like to tell me and people like me that think for myself and understand once you learn what's going on, once you take the veil up off your eyes, they want to tell somebody like me that I'm oppressed. That is wow. I'm a coon. Really? A handmaiden. I'll be a handmaiden. Seriously? I'm the house one. I'm the house N-word. When y'all the ones tap dancing around, they don't like to say people that are on the conservative side or like in the cult. Are you serious? You got so many diversity, and I mean real diversity of thought, which really matters. But then you got a group of people as Christians, as believers in God, that support the party that hates God, that hates Black people. Anything that they push, it goes against what you are taught. I do not understand it. I do not understand it. The LGBT thing, that goes against what you are taught. The border safety, all of this stuff, that's biblical. You got borders in the Bible. Like, what are we doing? The kids, we transing kids, they push that. They push for feminism, separation of family. And most Black people live a conservative lifestyle. They don't even know it because they won't even listen because they'll let people tell them how to think. But I digress. Point being, you don't believe in God, but it's more people. Let's look at this.
Average rap artist.
I want to check out. So we're going to check out a couple of TikToks because we're going to get some perspectives from a lot of different type of people. Right now, I have a video. For those of you who don't know, Charlie Kirk, a lot of Black people, your Roland Martins and all of these other people will tell you that Charlie Kirk's racist. Charlie Kirk just very smart. He makes good points and he points out what he sees. Black people do not like to be held accountable. Black people do not like to be confronted with the mess, with their mess. So Charlie Kirk, he goes around to colleges and he does these forums and he debates. And a lot of the colleges are taken over by liberals, Democrats, liberals, progressives. They're in indoctrination camps, basically, into their ideology. But he's going to be discussing, and I haven't watched this whole video, but we're going to watch it together. And he's discussing with a young man, I believe, about white supremacy or just the whole ideology of white man bad. So let's get Charlie Kirk up here.
That a Black kid in the hood is. Do you think the average rap artist that a Black kid in the hood is listening to is glorifying marriage and family and saving your money?
That's what sells because it's a culture thing. It's not just within the Black community.
I agree. No, but hold on.
Everyone listens to it. It's not just isolated.
It's bad for everyone who listens to it. The point being is that Black youth, as they are being raised, their role models are largely not glorifying staying with one woman, getting married, going to church. And if you're wrong, show me the Black role models that are doing that. There might be a couple I could think of, maybe. But if it's about culture, you're right. The internal Black culture has collapsed the last 60 years. We're no longer elevating the family. We're no longer elevating staying with the person that you're.
Look at his face. See how when you hear that, it's like, I don't know what it is, or repelling, like it cannot be confronting. Right now, he is not listening to that is not a face listening to understand. This is a face that is listening to respond because now he's triggered. But where's the lie? Where's the lie? Let's go back. I want to just look in a couple of seconds. Look at his face, how it switched when he says that.
If it's about culture, you're right. The internal Black culture has collapsed the last 60 years. We're no longer elevating the family. We're no longer elevating staying with the person that you're with. So our contention here as conservatives is that the systemic racism stuff is a bunch of rubbish. Instead, it's systemic bad choices.
Do you feel that systemic racism isn't real?
Of course not. What can I do that you can't do? Name it.
Okay.
No, seriously. What can I do that you can't do?
Fallacy. That's a slippery slope.
No, it's not.
I don't know why.
Very simple. No, because back in 1940, you would have been able to answer that question. Well, Charlie, there's a bathroom over there that I can't go to. There's a major league team.
I can't walk into the grocery store and get the same looks that you do. I walked into Brookshire Brothers a couple of weeks ago when I was looked at.
That's an insanely hyper paranoid way of living life.
What? Why do you always talk about being followed in the store? I have never been followed in a store. Like literally, I've never been followed in a store. Now, maybe when I was younger, a teenager, and it was a bunch of us and acting a fool, because we used to act a fool. But other than that, as an adult, and I don't go around waiting for somebody watching me in the store. So maybe I'm not living my life paranoid that somebody watched me in the store because I know I'm not a thief. They always go to stuff like that. Like, you are not oppressed. I swear.
That's not evidence, right?
A real example.
By the way, if I walk into a Black neighborhood, I get bad looks too, okay? Do you think the
mic drop? So, where's the lie? I don't think Charlie Kirk lied. That is a true thing. The culture, the subculture is what I like to call it, because that is not the real Black culture. But this subculture that has been created from the top down, see, this systemic thing that they keep talking about, it's there. It's just not on the side that they think it's on. It's infiltrated through music. You know? Who was the minstrel of music before they were fallen and kicked out? Huh? Who was that? Who was the prince of the air? Oh, okay. So it would make sense that they would use music, especially since Black people are so talented, so cultural. We love music. They use that and distorted it to this evil, gross thing. There is nothing our kids can listen to that does not promote degeneracy, unaliving, misogyny, all the things that these people, the Democrats, say they hate, but they push these people. Also, these are the same people that's rich and telling us we can't make it every time voting season come around. Like, it is insufferable. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to invite them on.
I was watching. So I saw this whole one, but this is a clip. So I don't even know what clip that they cut on this. But I do know that it was a good interview. And then you get a chance to watch it. Go watch the full interview on Stephen A. with Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum show. He's one of the content creators that I watch and I have a lot of respect for. But when I seen them talking and when I seen them interviewing and that Stephen A. had him on, first of all, I was proud of Officer Tatum. Shout out to Officer Tatum. And Stephen A. is kind of been coming around. Now, he's still slightly liberal, but I think he's getting fed up. But baby, when I say Brandon informed him on things, and that's what I'm saying, how these people up here on this platform and they not even doing their due diligence. It's just like these pastors, like you either know and you just part of the game, or you don't know, which means you ain't doing your due diligence and your studying and your praying and your meditation and consulting with God like you're supposed to. But let's look at this. This was fun.
On here, I'm gonna make sure that I play these clips for you. But I'm definitely gonna drop this education you dropping on them.
Stephen A., they've been giving us the middle finger since I can remember. All the way back from the Ku Klux Klan. They have never supported Black people whatsoever. They hoodwinked us into getting us on food stamps and getting us with government assistance, having us to abandon our own success. We had our own bus line. We had our own schools. We had all this stuff. They tricked us into believing that the white man was the cure to our own issues.
Okay.
They tricked us. And then now look at us, Stephen A. They don't have to bid for our vote. They got our vote hook, line, and sinker.
Well,
so they're never going to do nothing for us.
That part I get. But when you say they did nothing, I'm thinking about civil rights legislation. I'm thinking about infrastructure. I'm thinking about Jim Crow laws, the eradication of it. I'm thinking about the access to capital that was given that Black folks had dated from the 60s and beyond that we didn't have before that. Are you saying that's the Republican?
That's Republican, unanimous Republican votes for the civil rights. The Democrats filibustered the Civil Rights Act, the longest filibuster in history until Booker just did what he did. But
so I just want to give a little bit more context, just a little bit more context to that, because I got a feeling that nobody's going to actually go research this and figure it out. But what Brandon is talking about, when I asked the question, have the Democratic Party ever been good for Black people? And I say no. That is because once you do your research and once you find out, first you will find out that the Democratic Party was the Ku Klux Klan. Then you'll find out those were the people who did not want to end slavery. It was the Republicans that fought for that. And for all of those people that want to act like all white people bad, there's no way that the civil rights could have been, the Civil War could have been won without white people. They were the ones fighting it. They were the ones with the military. They were the ones who doing it. They were the ones who won. And when he talking about all those the Civil Rights Acts, the Republicans pushed those bills. All of that. Democrats did none of that. None of it. They didn't want it. Also, not even talk about some of the first congressmen were black on the Republican Party. Martin Luther King was black. They were Republicans. That's all I'm saying.
The Democrats were not in support of that. That was the Republican Party that was in support of that. And then let's go down the list. If these things were benefiting black people, why are we still complaining today? We've been voting for Democrats for, I don't know, 40, 50 years now, lockstep, and we still complaining. We still don't have the rights that we want. We still don't have equality in America. Racism is still plaguing our community, according to black people. So what have they been doing this whole time? The Democrats, look at their platform. They want women to have abortions. They don't support a marriage. They don't support God and things the way the Republicans do. What does that do to the inner city black communities or black communities in general? We're not getting married. Baby daddy, baby mama drama out of control. We have an abortion more than anybody else. Obesity is out of control in the black community, which is one of the biggest plagues in the black community and the leading cause of death, which is hypertension and heart disease. What has the Democrats done about it? Nothing. The Republicans with RFK is saying we need to make sure we have better foods. We need to make sure the SNAP program aren't prioritizing soda to our young people, which a lot of black people are on the SNAP program. That's the difference in policy position. But D.L. Hughley, he'll never talk about that.
I'm going to
never talk about that because he is a propagandist and he don't know jack S-H-I-T. Nothing. When you hear these people talk, they like, it's frustrating because we used to look up to a lot of these people. We used to love a lot of these people before they start opening their mouth and talking about politics and getting involved in the black issue and being used as pawns, and they're actually being the house in words, trying to keep everybody in line when they have a different thought process, trying to round everybody back up to the Democratic plantation. Baby, please. I'm telling you. But what I do love the fact is that people are waking up. I love that my people, and like I said, there is a remnant. There will be some that will be given over to their own devices. We got to separate ourselves and let them people go. That black fatigue, that degeneracy, that victim mindset, this culture that we got with the music and everything we celebrate is wrong. But the right stuff is like we shun it, from people all the way down to music, to the movies we watch, to the stuff we support. Like, come on, y'all. We got to get it. Like, what is wrong? But everybody ain't got to get it together. I have made up my mind that, yes, we are. Actually, I didn't make it up. God said it. I will separate the wheat from the tare. So anybody that want to leave, I heard a lot of liberals are leaving. They want to leave the country, the blackity blacks. They want to start race wars and stuff. Like, just leave. Like, if you don't like America, leave. I don't know what else to say, because listening to people say the things they say that are so incorrect, I just hate this. But, man, this is just crazy, y'all.
Trump said Section 8 is only for the disabled and the veterans. I know y'all mad. Y'all steady in my comments. Oh, so what about the single mothers? What about you? If you wasn't laying down with Tom, Dick, and Harry, you wouldn't have no worries. You would have a good man at home, taking care of the bills, and you as he should. But instead, you want to be in the street, in the club, bouncing and throwing it all in a circle and meeting whoever just to come lay between your legs, give you a baby, then he gone. And then you expect for government to give a damn about you? You need to do something different with your life and stop worrying about if the government is going to assist you with certain things that you feel as though you need to survive in life. He don't owe you nothing. Stop reporting them. Stop. I seen a lady in my comments today talking about, we working to get you blocked off of TikTok right now. You always got something to say about us on Section 8. Well, do something different with your life, lady. If it bothers you that much and you sick of people talking about you like a dog, then do something about it. That's all I got to tell you. Clock Trump says.
Oh, where is he lying at? Okay, so let's talk about the Section 8. Let's talk about the Section 8. The Section 8 is not a bad thing, guys. It's actually amazing. It will actually motivate you to get up and go do something and leave the Section 8 housing for the people who actually need help and are trying to do something. And the people that cannot do anything, like the disabled, and the people that need so much help for real, who y'all tend to forget about, which is the elderly, until you want to use them as a prop. Let them have it. Let the people who need it have it. You cannot be on there for generations at a time. And I don't care what the white liberal thinks, because they don't talk to real black people who actually experience y'all every single day. We know what y'all doing. We know. You take under the table jobs so you won't have to get your rent raised from $50 to $100. Like, what? Girl. But then want to walk around and act like you all that because you wearing the latest this and the latest that. Girl, I'd be wearing that too if my rent was $2. If I was getting food stamps, they have to pay for my food. But see, for me, it's the people that actually trying to do something and really just need a leg up. They won't give us nothing. No, they don't get nothing. I don't want no food stamp. Every now and then I do, because I'd be like, man, it'd be nice. But that's because I'll be watching y'all abuse them and having all that stuff in y'all carts. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. What you're going to do is you're going to work harder. So about the Section 8, he's giving you 2 years. 2 years, ample enough time. In the meantime, why are you doing that 2 years? You're not going to just be on Section 8 doing nothing, laying around and doing whatever y'all do. You're going to either be volunteering, you're going to go get a job. You know, these are going to be the criteria that you need to stay on Section 8 and qualify. And this has to be done within 2 years. You can go to trade school. You can do all of these things. They're going to help you get your leg up. 2 years, you got to get yourself together, and then you move on. So the next person, and the Section 8 list won't be held up for 10 damn years. That's all I'm saying. It's a good thing. I'm telling you, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel accomplished. You are going to believe and know that you can do anything great. Just don't go to one of those indoctrination camps. Go somewhere where your mind can be free. You know, but let me show y'all this one video, because this is where all this leads to. And this is where it gets scary.
Look at these white people. Scared of motherfuckers.
So here's the thing. They went to a park with a few white people. It say black groups in America attempt to intimidate a few white families in a park. So the original video, I guess, was posted, because under that you see there are some videos, and it says where you say on these white people faces, it says the looks on these white people faces, and you got the laughing emoji, and then you got the black power, right? That's from the original video. Then whoever reposted this, which I am assuming is a white guy, and it says from, if you want to go check his channel out, Ju.Starmer, he put black groups in America attempt to intimidate a few white families in a park. He put it over that, but look what he put. He put the monkey, he put the banana. Now, I know some of y'all are triggered by this. The reason I'm not triggered by this is because black people do this stuff all the time. The reason I'm not triggered by this is because I saw this coming. The reason I'm not triggered by this is because I knew that eventually you guys were going to wake up a sleeping giant that was not there. It was not a threat, But with all the blaming, the victimhood, the calling them out, the saying they're inherently racist just because they are white, no matter if they had anything to do with anything from decades, years, and centuries, like, it's going to blow up. Okay? You want to know how I know that they are trying to start a race war that I don't have nothing to do with? So, disclaimer, I am trying to live everyday life. Look at this. So, you got these people in the park with their kids. Why do you think they put this monkey there? You know why they put that monkey there? Because they don't care no more. They ain't scared.
Scandal motherfucker.
Listen how they sound. That's why they called them that. What is that doing? All them people who were at the park, they proud. So, what's more interesting is the comments. Look at this. Now, this is the sentiment of white folk and how they are feeling right now. Probably been feeling, but now they just finna say it because y'all done pushed them to the brink with this DEI and with all this other stuff and the George Floyd, and then y'all celebrating the black boy unalive, the little white kid, even though the black boy was in the wrong. You celebrate. It's just all these things. So now, look at this. You got one. Look at white dads spending time with their kids. Who are the black dads spending time with? Planet of the Apes is one of my favorite films. Nobody looks scared. They went to the playground to do this, laughing emoji. They are laughing at y'all. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you why they laughing. And let me tell you, because this video finna be over in a minute. Let me tell you why they laughing. Black people are only 13% of the population as minorities, okay? At the end of the day, this country is majority white. We all know that. Another thing, we can't even build together. We can't even stick together. They're not worried about us. We're unaliving each other, our kids, the stuff we celebrate. But then you got these groups. They want to come out, right? Also, like I said before, they probably about a majority. They are the majority of the country. They 60%. So if you do happen to start a race war, my people, my blackity blacks, and they actually rise up, what the hell do you think going to happen? Because it's not right. The Most High is not on your side on this. This is not it. This ain't it. The only way that I feel that you will be able to win that is if God is on your side, and I firmly believe that he would not be on your side with the stuff y'all doing now. So then what? Do y'all have a military? No. Like nothing. Like stop. People trying to live their everyday lives. Quit running around telling people they victims. Get out of this. Just go take care of your families. Try to work on our community. We got enough issues going on, and that's what frustrates me so bad. If you can't do two things at once, focus on the one that's really important, the priority, and that is our boys unaliving each other and anybody in the street. You can't even ride down the highway. So, with that being said, answer my questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop it in the comments and let me know. Is the Democrat Party good for black people? And have they ever been? Good day. I'm just another brown girl in America trying to figure this thing out. And I will see y'all later.
Oh.